Is there a method for Jiva to alter Triguna?
Yes, sir. We call it Triguna Vibhava Yoga. Vibhava means experience and knowledge. It means experiential yoga. Yoga is experiential. Yoga are things you can do to change objects.
Does he talk about that in the text?
Not in this text. Remember, this is a very advanced text. This assumes that you're already a yogi and your mind is already purified, and that your only interest is in moksha. That's that, huh? But we can get in that today, because we're almost done with the Shravana, or the listening portion of the text, and now we're going to start on the Manana portion of the text. And Manana leads to the third stage, which is called Nididhyasana, or the practice stage, the purification stage of the yoga of Vedanta sadhana. And there the topic of Triguna Vibhava Yoga is covered. And basically that involves understanding the gunas, what they are, and observing the unseen effects of actions. Actions have two results. They have a drishtapala and an adrishtapala. Pala means a result, a fruit. And the seen result is the immediate result that you see when you do an action. And the unseen result is the vasana, the unknown result that accumulates in the unconscious when you do an action. It's hidden from you. It's the long-term result. And normally, you don't pay attention, you're not aware of the unseen results of actions. You only feel them much later, because they stay in the unconscious for a while, and then they pop up later, and you can't connect them with the actions that you've done. This is why good people argue, for example, they say, there must be no God. Some atheists say there's got to be no God because I'm really a good person, and yet I've got a miserable life. Isn't it? I'm really good. I do all these really good things, and then all these bad things happen to me. That's not right. That's not fair. God is unjust. I don't believe in God. God's a pervert. How could it be? Well, it's because they don't understand the unseen results of actions. Obviously those results, those bad actions, were done before when they couldn't remember it, probably in a previous life. We're going to get to this topic hopefully we'll get to it this week. I mean, you forget what you did. What did you have for lunch 4 days ago? Duh. Then if you can forget what you had for lunch 4 days ago, or even, what you did 3 hours ago, you can definitely forget what you did like 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 5 lifetimes ago. You can definitely forget all those things, but whatever you did is going to fructify later on. The unseen result is going to come back to you. That's called your karma, or your vasanas. It'll be saved, the unseen result will be saved as a vasana, and then it will become a seen result later. So there's a gap in every action. No actions are clean. Only Mahatmas do clean actions, and Karma Yogis. Mahatmas are people who know I'm awareness and function. All their actions are initiated from this understanding, or from this state. So they have no unseen results. The action just burns up. It burns up immediately as you do it, and it doesn't leave a trace or a vasana. That's why they're radiant. So Mahatmas are radiant. Because the filters, the Rajas and Tamas have been purified because there are no unseen results. Just pure sattva guna remains. Ramana Maharshi said there's only bhogavasanas for jnanis, for enlightened people. It means they just enjoy. When you're enjoying, you're radiant, you're happy. Okay. So yes, you can manipulate the gunas. It's an incredibly powerful sadhana. I think it's the most powerful sadhana you can do. In other words, purification that you can do. And it's perhaps the most effective means of knowledge also. Teaching, direct means of knowledge, because if you can discriminate the guna from the knower of the guna, the self is called Triguna Atita. Atita means beyond. Because, like, for example, when you say, like, oh, God, I'm so tamasic today. Oh. Like, I was really tamasic last night. But was I tamasic last night? Huh? Was I tamasic last night? Well, this I was tamasic, but who knew that I was tamasic?
So,
Yeah, the self. I knew that I was tamasic. So am I tamasic? No, I'm not tamasic at all. Tamas is an object, a state of mind known to me. It's an object. What does it have to do with me? It's subject to change, which means I know very well that it's going to change. And when it changes, I'm not going to say I'm Rajasic either. Because that's just another thought, another energy that's appearing in me, and I know that too will pass. And when the mind is sattvic, I don't say I'm sattvic. I say the mind is sattvic. I'm the knower of the sattva. So in fact, you're always witnessing what? Your states of mind all the time. So why would you necessarily want to change them? Well, if you love this silly little insect worm, this little jiva worm, and you see that little jiva worm is suffering here and there, then maybe you'll want to give that jiva worm some nice little work to do. Teach them Vaiguna Vibhava yoga and get them what? To what? Act in harmony with Dharma. If that jiva acts in harmony with Dharma, then what? The mind will become predominantly sattvic. The rajas and tamas will disappear, or become very manageable, not a problem at all.